Hi, today we're going to be talking about how to choose the right color for your wig. In the other videos, I've talked about how to choose the right fiber for you for your wig and also how to choose the right cap design for you. If you haven't seen those videos, I'll place the link below. You can take a look. And if you like the information, please click like and subscribe so that other people can find it as well. So let's kind of get down to it. When I started looking at wigs, there was a lot of information and lots of different things to be thinking about. So after I decided what type of fiber I wanted, I chose the heat-friendly synthetic fiber. Then I talked about really the cap design. I chose a couple of different cap designs. After that, I wanted to start thinking about color. And again, lots of information. So let's break it down. My suggestion is if you are a brand new wig wearer, that you choose a color that you are comfortable with, that you've had in the past, that you know looks nice on you. If you know that you have brown hair or you have blonde hair, I suggest picking a wig color that is blonde or brown. I also suggest picking something that is a length that you've had before, whether you have hair or you don't have hair, whatever you've had possibly in the past that you've liked and that you were comfortable with. The reason I'm saying this is because I know lots of women who get super excited about wearing a wig and they go online and they've always wanted to be a blonde, but they've never been a blonde, and they've always wanted this long, lovely flowing hair, and they've never had those things. So they are bold and they order a wig and they get super excited and they get it home or they open up the box and they try it on and they are shocked because first you're not used to the hair color. So you're shocked by the color. Then you're shocked by having the amount of hair that you have wearing a wig because you may not be used to having hair, and you're shocked by the length. So again, for your first wig, my suggestion is choose something that you are comfortable with. You can always go big and go bold later, but that's my recommendation to you. So that's a great place to start. Now, you can think about where you want to buy your wig. That also helps in choosing the color. You can go to a boutique, you can go to a wig shop, or you can shop online. I can tell you that I have only ever shopped for wigs online. But I will tell you, if you choose to go to a boutique, that is a great option. They are there to help you. They can help you pick out colors and things like that. For me, that was not something that I wanted to do because I would like to be able to shop for wigs at my leisure and do it on my time. I also didn't want to go in and felt like I was being rushed, or I end up making an impulse purchase and then I'm not happy with those purchases because these are investments, as you, I'm sure, have already taken a look to know that. So regardless of what type of wig you are buying, it is an investment for you. So I don't want it to be an emotional investment. I wanted to make the right choice. So for me personally, I like shopping online. There was also a lot more options to choose from, a lot more colors and styles, and very reputable online wig shops. And I do say reputable, so always do your research. If something sounds too good to be true, it usually is too good to be true. So that is always worth a mention. Always check the return policy of the wig shop online that you are choosing to use. And I mean, really read it and read some reviews on those wig shops as well. I shop at several of them. I like them, but I've definitely done my research and I've gotten burned before too by making a bad decision and then you can't return something. So talking about color, because all those things help you choose the right way to buy a wig and the right color that you're going to buy. So let's delve in. There are a couple of easy ways to choose the right tones for you for a wig. Now, let's say you're blonde and you already know that you're blonde, but there are still different tones that go into being blonde. You can pick an ashier color wig, or you can pick a warmer color wig, and the same thing with brunettes and reds and things like that. So a couple of different ways to be able to tell very easily is to determine if you are a cool tone or a warm tone or a neutral tone. There's a lot of research in this and you can spend lots of time on it, but today we're going to get down really quick into the basics. The best way to tell is if you are a cool or a warm tone is look at your wrist. I happen to know that my veins on my wrist are bluish purple. That tells me that I am most likely a cool toned person. Now, if my veins were green, that would mean that I was a warm toned person. Do you tan easily or do you burn? If you burn and then tan or burn, you are a cool toned person. If you tan easily, usually you are a warm toned person. So that helps as well. Another way to quickly and easily tell is that do you look better in white or cream? That does not mean that you cannot wear both colors. I wear white and cream both, but I happen to know that I look better in white. So again, that kind of reaffirms for me that I am a cool toned person. Now, what does that mean for hair color? When you start looking online, you're going to see even the words that say cool ash blonde or, cool toned or something like that. I want to start thinking about those are word clues that are going to help you to determine what those tones are for you. Now, that does not mean that you cannot wear a warm toned wig. You can absolutely do that. You can change your clothes, you can change your makeup, your lipstick, but let's talk about, in the beginning, what wig you are going to be choosing for the first time, and then you're going to get a little bit more experience and you can make other choices. So that's something. Now, something else to think about is, do you want a rooted wig or a shaded wig, and what those terms mean? So rooted and shaded. So rooted, if you look, the wig I have on is Newport and Milkshake Blonde rooted. So the word rooted told me it's a rooted wig. So here's the rooting. You can see it's got a little bit of the darker shade, and on me personally, I happen to think it makes the wig look a little bit more natural. So that always speaks to me for it to be rooted. If you don't want rooted, that's fine too. That helps you start filtering out all of those words that you're going to see online. So let's say you pick out a wig that you want to take a look at and you start filtering down that information. So now you've decided rooted or not rooted. You can start looking at those. It always breaks it down too on the sites that I use personally. All of those sites let you break it down. Do you want a blonde, a brunette, a red, a gray? Again, you're filtering your search because you don't want this huge window of colors to choose from. So, okay, so now let's say that you've started narrowing down that way. So let's say you go on to, I'm just going to say Raquel Welch. You go onto that site and they're going to give you numbers for the wig colors. Those are the colors that are in the fibers of the wig. For me personally, I cannot get bogged down in those colors. I can't remember what each of those colors mean, but I happen to know that SS is shaded, and it will tell you that in a description of the wig. So again, something to think about as far as those things go. So you can start filtering down. If you click on a wig, a color, it will give you a color chart. If you click on that color, it will actually, after you see even the numbers, it will give you sometimes, a name. The name can also help you determine what is the best wig color out of that for you. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples. Here, I'm taking a look real quick on my trusty phone. So let's look here. I just mentioned to you, this is Milkshake Blonde Rooted by Belle Tress. So again, there's that word rooted. It says featuring a blend of light sandy brown, which I know I like the brown and the rooted, highlighted with light ash blonde. So for me, ash, if you're talking about an ash brown or an ash blonde, those are cues for cool tones to be able to help you, with a hint of platinum and a brown root. So that is very helpful in the description. It even tells me the highlights are a mix of ash blonde and platinum, creating a cool toned blonde look. So wording is going to be very helpful, and it's going to be your friend. Here's another one. Let's look at something that is a red. So here is another description. I just happened to pick Raquel Welch. So color is cinnabar. So you already know by the name it's going to have some of those red tones in it. Medium dark auburn. So there's your red, and it's dark, evenly blended with medium light auburn. So again, lots of red tones in there, and that is an unrooted wig because you did not hear anything about rooting or shading or anything else. So those are all going to be descriptors for you in determining that. Here, I'll find one that is not a Raquel Welch, just to give another example. So here is by Belle Tress, also Macadamia Latte Rooted, another one that I like often. A blend of medium and light brown with honey ash and light gold blonde highlights. So this to me is a wig that is, they say that is actually for some warmer tones, but definitely for cooler tones as well. There's a medium neutral brown, and you heard that word ash in there. So again, I know that I can probably wear those colors. So these are really just things to be thinking about when you're choosing wig colors. I hope this information is helpful. Another suggestion, and probably my best suggestion, YouTube is your friend. If you think you like a wig and you think you like a wig color, go online, watch lots of reviews. Anytime I buy a wig, I watch a review on the color of the wig. Even if it's not, maybe not even the wig, I watch a review on the color of that wig. You want to see that wig inside, outside, at every different light, at every different angle, because it may look different. I'll just give you another quick example. This is me. I do have on a ring light. It's a lighter toned ring light. Let's turn it off. Completely different looking wig. Turn it back on, and we'll even change shades. See? Shade, shade. Look at the wigs in different lights to see exactly what you're buying so that you're making a good purchase to begin with. If you like this video, please share it. I hope you have found it useful. The next thing we're going to talk about is wig density and permatease and why those things are important in choosing your wig.